Hello guys, it is finally that time of year. It is the Sephora VIB sale and these are my recommendations. Alright guys, so before we get started with the recommendations, I would really truly appreciate it if you would take the time to subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going to break it down into a few sections. We're going to do skincare, makeup, and then I think we'll end with hair care. So let's just get started with the skincare category. So I'm just going to go in order of application, I guess. So the first thing I'm going to recommend, which I did just talk about this on my TikTok, this is the Murad AHA BHA exfoliating cleanser. You guys, this stuff is absolutely phenomenal. So I was so mad at myself for sitting on this because they gifted this to me a few months ago and I just had several other cleansers open, so I didn't open it, and I'm like mad that I did not open this sooner because it is so good. So this obviously has chemical AHA BHA exfoliants in it, and then also it has itty bitty little micro beads in there that really help give you a nice physical exfoliation as well. I use this a few times a week just to keep my skin nice and smooth, and it really does just such a nice job. You know, like when you get at like the end of like your skincare cycle and like you can just start to feel like the dry skin like build up on your skin, and you kind of just need a little extra help to get it off. This does a phenomenal job at doing that. It's also nice and gentle, and I've been super impressed with this, and I 100% will be repurchasing this for myself once I run out of it. So the next thing I want to talk about, this is the Tan-Luxe Super Glow. This is their hyaluronic acid serum. Well, okay, what's it called? It's their Super Glow Hyaluronic Acid Self-Tan Serum, and this is very gradual. So this cinematic mode kind of makes it a little bit hard sometimes. I don't know why it won't just focus. There it goes. So that's what that looks like, and basically this is a gradual self-tanning serum for your face, and I want to emphasize the fact that it is gradual. This is very gradual, but I personally really like that because I can just use it every day and it just helps keep a little color on my face. So I don't want you to buy this and think that like you're gonna see like instant mega color payoff, because that's not what this product is. I basically use this as my hyaluronic acid serum, and then I get the bonus of a little bit of extra color on my face. So I don't want you to think that you're going to get a ton of color from this, because you're not. It's just a very slight amount. I love the texture of it. It's nice and watery and very lightweight. And yeah, this is just kind of like a 2-for-1 for me. So I get my hyaluronic acid and also the benefit of a little bit of tan. So really love this. While we're on the subject of self-tan, actually I'm going to recommend one more self-tan drops, but these ones I use on my body. I don't use these on my face because they are kind of heavily fragranced, but these are by Saint Tropez, and again, these are gradual. So don't think you're going to get a bunch of color payoff with the first use. So this is their Luxe Tan Tonic Drops. So let me just explain why I love this so much. So this is gradual self-tan, so it does take a few uses to really see that color payoff. So number one, I really like how this smells. It's got a nice fresh scent to it, and on top of it having the nice scent, it doesn't leave the nasty self-tanner smell that a lot of tanners have. I really don't feel like I experienced that with this at all, and it's something that I can just mix into my daily moisturizer and get some color on my body, because I don't want anyone to buy this and think that it's going to be like a self-tan mousse where you just get like instant boom bronze tan. That's not what this product does. But that being said, I really do love it. This one was gifted to me, but I'm almost out, as you can see. I've been like savoring the last few drops of it, but I am going to be repurchasing this during the sale for myself. So you know I like it if I'm going to buy it again, or buy it for myself after being gifted. So this is really good, really love that. Then we've got a retinol. This is by Pharmacy. This is their 1% vitamin A retinol serum. Really love this. I think this is a nice beginner-friendly retinol. It's really nice and gentle, and I just really love Pharmacy products. I've had such good luck with all of their products that I've tried. I don't really think I've tried anything that I haven't liked, now that I'm thinking of it. At least not that I can remember. And anyways, I just think this is a really nice starter retinol. I actually just got my mom to start this, and she has been enjoying it as well. I obviously, stopped using retinol when I was pregnant, so once I gave birth and got the okay to start using retinols again, I started with this one, and I did not have any irritation. It's really nice and gentle. Let me just show you what it looks like. And it's just a really nice little serum there. It's really lightweight too. Really like that. Okay, next up is the Drunk Elephant Protein-y Polypeptide Cream. So this was actually in my cart to purchase during the Sephora sale, and then they ended up gifting it to me. So I have purchased this a few times in the past before, and y'all, I just forgot how much I really loved this. This is such a good cream. It's got absolutely amazing ingredients. You've got your peptides in there along with several other things that I can't remember. But anyways, it does a phenomenal job at moisturizing. I've been using this day and night, and I really truly feel like I do see a difference with this when I use it regularly. Also, the packaging is amazing. You just pump it up and it comes out like that. I'll save that for later. So yeah, this is a great product. I could not recommend this enough. It's been hyped for years on the internet, and I mean, that's for a reason. It really is really good. And last for the face is the Drunk Elephant D Bronzy Drops. Really love these. These are an antioxidant serum, but it is a bronzing drop at the same time, which, you know, I mentioned before, sometimes I have trouble adding color to my face, and these, you can mix these in with your moisturizer or with your foundation, and it just will give you a nice bronze color to the skin. It's very thin, very lightweight, and you get that beautiful antioxidant protection as well. The last thing I want to recommend in the skincare category is actually for the body, and that is the Sol de Janeiro. How do you say this? I'm singing to you guys. Sol de Janeiro. It's the Beija Flora Elasti Cream. I might be saying that totally wrong, but you guys... Oh, this smells so good. So it's a nice thick body moisturizer, and you guys, it smells so freaking amazing. This actually comes in a little holiday set. I'll try to pop that on the screen here, and I'll link it down below. I think I'm gonna pick up that holiday set because they make a fragrance that body spray that smells like this as well, and then you get a little mini moisturizer. But this is enriched with retinol mimicking cacao oil and plant collagen. So I love how this makes my skin... Sorry, I can't stop. I love how this makes my skin feel. It's really just thick and moisturizing, and then on top of that, the smell is just so amazing. It's so amazing, and every time I wear this, you guys, my husband's like, you smell so good. Every single time without fail. So the hubs loves this. And I will say too that it really lasts. Like, you can put this on and the scent really lingers. It lasts all day. In fact, like, I hadn't worn my robe for a few days, and the last time that I was wearing my robe, I had put this on first, and I could still smell the scent on the robe. That's kind of weird to say, but it's true. It lasts for forever. But anyways, so that is my one body cream recommendation. Okay, let's move on to makeup primers. So the primer that I use today and that I'm going to recommend to you guys is the Banana Bright Sunkissed Face Primer. So I have a bone to pick with Ole Henriksen. I believe that this might be limited edition, and I am so bummed because this is amazing. So this is their Banana Bright Face Primer, but it's infused. Sorry, come on camera, just focus. Do your job, please. Please. But it's infused with self-tanner for the face. Beautiful cream, and it's infused with self-tanner. I absolutely love this. It definitely does make a difference with the longevity of my makeup and just creates a nice smooth base. And then there's a recurring theme here. Can you tell that I have trouble keeping color on my face because of all the exfoliation that I do? So I love that it has the sunless tanner in there. And you guys, I'm gonna be so disappointed if I can't get this in a few months. I'm actually probably gonna buy a couple of backups because I love it that much. And I'm afraid that I won't be able to get it because it says, if you go to the Ole Henriksen website, it does say that it's limited edition. And also on the Sephora website, it's already in the sale section. So I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, this is such a good primer. I don't know, like, what the deal is with that because it's like new. It just came out a few months ago as far as I know, and it's already in the sale section, and then on their website it says limited edition. So anyways, I really love that stuff and I would highly recommend, and please don't buy it all because I want a couple of backups. Okay, and then the next primer that I'm going to recommend is by Rare Beauty, and this is their Illuminating Primer. I believe that's what it's called. Yes, this is their Illuminating Primer. This is what the packaging looks like. So this is for anybody that wants a little bit of glow under their skin or under their makeup. And it's got like a beautiful shimmer sheen to it, and it's also nice and moisturizing, so I think that this would be great for anybody with really dry skin that just needs a little bit of extra dew, extra hydration. The glow that it gives under your makeup is just so pretty. Really love that stuff, and it's actually pretty affordable. I want to say it's like 20 something bucks. which, I mean, golly, the price of everything right now is just so expensive. Am I right or am I right? So to find makeup products, especially at Sephora, that are a bit more on the affordable side is great. The last primer that I'm going to recommend is for my oily gals, but I also feel like that if you have dry skin, you can totally use this as well. This is a tried and true. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This does an amazing, amazing job at prepping the skin, making it nice and smooth. It also really helps with longevity, and it really does help with the oil production. So if you're somebody that struggles with a little bit of oil production, I think that this would be a great one for you. It's really, really good. I'll just show you real quick what that one looks like. I'm sure you've seen it before, but that's what she looks like. Nice and thin, and yeah, it really does do a great job at keeping the oils at bay. Okay, next, let's talk about some foundations. So I'm only going to recommend 3, and they're sort of like different categories. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Kosas, and this is their, I think this is called their Revealer. What is this called? Yes, this is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 25. So this is an amazing foundation if you have normal to dry skin. I don't know that I would recommend this for my oily gals, but yeah, it's great if you have normal to dry skin. And I think maybe even combo could get away with this. So this is a very dewy foundation, and it's going to give you a nice, natural, dewy, skin-like finish. I would say it's medium coverage, and I really just love the way that this looks on the skin. Also, you guys, it's got amazing skincare in it. So I feel like if you're somebody who doesn't want to take the time to like really do skincare, this is a great option for you because you're getting a lot of different amazing ingredients here. You got hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalene, provitamin B5, arnica, caffeine, and artemisia flower. I'm not sure what that does for the skin. But anyways, it's nice, amazing, beautiful medium coverage. I think this is a great foundation, like I said, if you're someone who really doesn't like to do skincare, because you're going to get those skincare benefits in here. So really recommend that one. And then next up is for my full coverage queens, especially full coverage queens that want a quick, easy application. So this is the foundation that I am wearing today, and this is the KVD Good Apple Foundation. So I actually didn't try this until maybe a month ago, but it's a beautiful cream foundation in this really cute little compact. The compact is kind of flimsy and cheap, but it's supposed to be like recyclable. That's like the thing. So I will say I don't love the packaging, but the product that's inside, you guys, amazing full coverage, and it applies so quickly. I mean, seriously, I think this is like such a good foundation for moms. Like if you are a mom that likes like a good amount of coverage, but you're like really crunched for time, this applies in literally like 0.2 seconds, and it gives you amazing, amazing full coverage. And I think it just looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. By the way, don't mind my band-aid, you guys. I had my mole removed. I talked about that a little bit on TikTok, so that's what that is. So don't mind that, sorry. But anyways, so it's just amazing, amazing, creamy full coverage. You guys, I barely just touched that, and it just goes for forever. The coverage is just insane on this. I would say it's a natural finish, natural matte, natural leaning like satin, not quite matte. I don't find that I have issues with this clinging to any of my like problem areas, and I just think it's such an amazing full coverage, quick and easy foundation. And next up is a tried and true foundation that like will always be in my recommendations. I feel like anybody who asks me for a foundation that's going to be like bulletproof, last them really, really well throughout the day, it's going to be Estee Lauder Double Wear. So this is an old tried and true product. Oops, mine's got a little foundation on the bottle. Anyways, so this is just a tried and true product. If you want longevity, this is your girl. Like seriously, look no further. Don't look at anything else, because this is the one. This will last you all day. So I actually wore this when I gave birth, y'all, and I got ready. So I had like an elective induction at 39 weeks, and so I actually woke up, got myself ready, and went to the hospital and was induced. So I was able to like get myself ready before I went. And anyways, so I probably put this on my face like at like 5 in the morning, you guys, and I didn't give birth until 10:09. So yeah, that's a long time. I don't know how many hours that is. How many hours? I don't feel like mathing right now. Anyways, but so yeah, I probably put it on around 5 a.m. and didn't give birth until around 10 p.m. And y'all, my face looked like flawless by then. And that was after giving birth. Like, I'm sorry, but if that doesn't sell this, I don't know what will. Like, seriously, I even had people commenting like, how the heck did your makeup look so good, like, that far into labor? Like, how did you look like that after giving birth? Well, trust me, underneath all of that, I did not look that good. I had makeup on, and this was definitely a game changer that day. So this is like the most bulletproof foundation I think I have ever tried, and I have tried a lot of foundation, you guys. So yeah, I couldn't recommend this enough. I think it's a medium buildable to full coverage, and it's a nice matte finish. I really feel like all skin types can get away with using this. I think if you're dry, you do need to prep your skin appropriately because it can be a little bit drying. So I would just definitely use a moisturizing primer and also like prep your skin with like a good moisturizer. But yeah, this is the most, whoops, my light just turned off. This is the most bulletproof foundation that I have ever found. It will always be in my collection. And yeah, I mean, if it can withstand childbirth, like, what can it not withstand? That's like insane to me. And if you want to check out what my face looked like after childbirth, I have a video posted on my TikTok. I do have a video posted on my TikTok that sort of was like the whole birth process, and there is obviously photos of me at the very end when my baby came out and like what I looked like, and they are not edited. So if you want to see what my face looked like, go ahead and check that out. I mean, it honestly looks pretty flawless. It's like, I'm impressed. I'm so impressed. All right, next up, let's talk concealers and color correctors. So I have one color corrector to recommend for under the eyes, and it really truly does an amazing job. I didn't use it today just because that KVD foundation I also applied under my eyes and offered a pretty good amount of coverage, and then I also went in with a different concealer. But this is an amazing color corrector. So this is by Bobbi Brown, and this is their color correcting stick. I have mine in the shade Light Peach. You guys, especially as a new mom, the under eye dark circles are freaking real, and this is such a lifesaver for me on days when like they are really coming through. So I could not recommend this enough. It does make an amazing difference under your concealer, helping to correct those like dark blue, purple pigments. Great product. And I do have 3 concealers to recommend. I have honestly quite a few concealers I've been loving, but like I guess these are like my tried and true, the ones that I've like really been like gravitating towards and that have been sticking out. So first up I'm going to recommend, which is the one that I'm wearing today, and it's the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I have loved this for years. However, I am always, golly, come on camera. Anyways, I am always really hesitant to recommend this because I feel like this is a concealer that you really love or you really hate. So I have extremely dry under eyes that need a lot of coverage. And I also have, I'm gonna get close and personal. See how I squint and like my skin moves inwards when I squint? So I get a lot of creasing, and like I cannot set my under eyes. I have tried it a million times, and every time I'm just like, I wish I didn't do that. It just makes me look really old. So I need something that's like super hydrating and flexible and does not crease on me. And this is just the best I have found for that. It is a very thick, very hydrating concealer with amazing coverage, but like I said, it's one that you either love or you hate. The good thing about Sephora is there's free returns, so if you want to try this, I really do love it. And if you hate it, you can return it. So I always feel so weird recommending this one because it is literally my number one, but like I said, I feel like people love it or hate it. So I would try it if you're interested, and yeah, you can return it if you hate it. Okay, next up is another tried and true. This is one that is in Mini Makeup Artist Kit. For a reason, it's really a great product, and this is the NARS Radiant Creamy. I would say that this is a medium coverage, medium buildable to like almost full. It's not like the most full coverage concealer that I have ever used, but it does offer pretty good coverage, and these two together is like a match made in heaven. The color corrector from Bobbi Brown and the NARS Radiant Creamy. This one is more of like a satin finish, I would say. It's not super dewy, whereas this one is. It's very hydrating and dewy. This one is more satin, but it's not matte and drying. I do think that it really does offer amazing coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin, and I think that this is just like a people pleaser. This is one that people really tend to love and go back to, and it's been a cult classic for years. Okay, next up is actually a new concealer, and I don't think I've seen anyone talking about this. So this was actually gifted to me, full disclosure, but I have a whole drawer full of concealers, y'all, that I have purchased and or been gifted, and this one stands out. This is the Kulfi concealer, and I think the shade that I have is Cocoa Crush. So this is a really nice, lightweight, hydrating concealer. This is what the doe foot looks like. I really just enjoy this. I think it offers amazing like medium to full coverage. It's like on the lower side of full, I would say. But for my dry under eyes, this has been amazing. I feel like this is just not talked about enough. It's a new brand at Sephora as far as I know, and it's really good, you guys. I really can't say enough good things about this. I think that this pairs really nicely also with like tinted moisturizers. Just the consistency of it works really well with that sort of a consistency. But I do think you could also use it with more of a full coverage foundation if you wanted as well. Yeah, great medium coverage, very nice and hydrating. I really have been enjoying that. And like I said, I probably have like 20 concealers, and these are the ones that have really been standing out to me. Okay, setting powder. There's only one that I'm going to recommend, and it's because it's amazing, and that is the Hourglass Translucent Powder. I've talked about this many times before. I love the packaging because it doesn't allow you to get too much product on your brush. I'm not somebody that uses a crap ton of powder. I just like to lightly set my face most of the time, and there's something so special about this that's so smoothing and so beautiful on the skin. It is expensive, but I will say it has lasted me forever. I want to say, I mean, this is like so full. I don't know if you can see, it's like to there. And I think I've had this for over a year, and I use it all the time. And that's because, like I said, you use a very small amount of it. You can use more if you want, but this is the one setting powder that I would really recommend. I think it's great for dry skin, great for oily skin as well. It's not going to give you like a super mattified look if that's what you're after. If you want to powder that's gonna like really lock things down and like mattify, this is not your gal. This is more lightweight, soft, light diffusing. I do have it on my face today. That is what I set the Good Apple foundation with, and yeah, this is just my number one powder. Okay, so speaking of face products, face powders, I have to recommend the Tiger palette. So this is the Tiger palette by Hourglass. So this one was gifted to me, full disclosure. I do have a full review of this on my channel if you would like to check that out. And this I used as a blush topper today. So that is what is giving me that glow on my cheeks. You guys, these Hourglass palettes are incredible. So this I've used as a bronzer, and then these are all blushes and a highlight. These are just honestly so beautiful. And if this isn't the color story that speaks to you, they have two other palettes that are available for holiday as well. They have a butterfly palette and an elephant palette. Both look honestly so beautiful. I've purchased other holiday Hourglass palettes in the past, and I've never been disappointed. I really think that if you are into their powders, or that you've been wanting to try their powders, this is a great way to do that. And they're really just a good value, because I think Hourglass is one of the more expensive brands at Sephora, and you get so many different products in there to try. I am interested in the elephant palette. However, I think I might be waiting to see if it goes on sale, because I still have my Ghost palette that I haven't quite used up from a couple of years ago. So I'm not like dying for more Hourglass powders at the moment. And if I remember last year, the holiday palettes stuck around for a while, and then they ended up going on sale. So that's something to keep in mind as well, because these are, I believe, $85. That's what they retail for. But I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. They are holiday limited edition. So if you really want one, I would definitely pick it up now. But if you're willing to wait around, they might go on sale. Something to keep in mind. But anyways, Hourglass powders are beautiful, light diffusing. They're just like so mature makeup friendly. And they give you just this beautiful angelic glow to the skin that is just like, I really don't have anything else that I can compare it to, honestly. So yeah, I really love their powders. Okay, I have two bronzer / contour products I'm gonna recommend. So the first one is the Cream Bronzing Stick by Rare Beauty. This is the most user-friendly, beginner-friendly cream product that I have ever tried. This is what is on my face today to bronze up. It's a beautiful formula that blends out so easily, and it has like this powder finish. So like it goes on super creamy and like easily, but then once it blends out, it goes down to this powder finish that is just honestly so beautiful. I cannot recommend this enough. It is the most user-friendly bronzing cream that I have ever come across, and I've tried quite a few, honestly. So yeah, that's the one bronzing product that I'm going to recommend. I don't have a powder bronzer to recommend, which is crazy. All of the powder bronzers that I have are either drugstore or they came in face palettes, and I have a lot of them, so I haven't like purchased any new ones recently because like I have a bunch that I'm trying to work through, and yeah, they're either not sold at Sephora or they are drugstore. So yeah. And then the one contour product I'm going to recommend is a tried and true. This is Charlotte Tilbury's contour wand. Every time this comes back in stock, it is gone so quickly. So hang on, mine was like maybe upside down. I don't know if it's going to quite come out. So this is a beautiful lightweight like serum sort of a bronzer. I'm sorry, not bronzer. You can use to bronze, but it's like a contour more than a bronzer. It's just beautiful, liquidy, lightweight. I did not use this today, but it is honestly one of the most beautiful products. And sorry, it's kind of caught in between my bony hands there. But anyways, it looks so natural on the skin and it blends out with so much ease. And yeah, like I said, every time this comes back into stock, it is gone like that. So if you can get it during a sale, definitely snag it. Well, let's hope that it's not already sold out. But yeah, if you're looking for a beautiful contour product, I think that one is amazing. It looks very natural and it's very easy to use. Okay, let's talk blushes. I have a couple to recommend. So first I'm going to recommend the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. These are phenomenal. This is the one that I'm wearing today underneath that hourglass, and this is the shade Happy. You guys, these are the most pigmented blushes. If you haven't seen them, I'm sure you have if you're into the beauty YouTube or beauty internet space. But these are the most pigmented things I have ever seen in my life. So one dot, and you're not going to believe how far this blends out if you have never seen them. Look at that. Like, that's enough to do both cheeks and have some left over. Like, they are the most pigmented blushes I have ever seen. So you get like serious bang for your buck with these. Like, I don't think you could possibly go through one of these. And I mean, literally, I think if you used it every single day, I don't think you could use it all before it expired. Like, I really don't think you could. So, and they're also pretty affordable. I think they're around $22, $22, something like that. So anyways, totally recommend those. They're beautiful. That one, the shade Happy, is a dewy finish. I also have the shade Joy. Let me show that to you as well. I think it's Joy. Yes. So this is Joy. It's a little bit more of a peachy, sort of like sunburnt color. And this is Happy, much more pink. I might pick more of these up myself because I really love these. Okay, and then while we're on the subject of liquids / creams, I am going to recommend this Tarte palette. So I don't know if this particular Tarte palette is still available, but I do know that the two cream blushes that are in here are available as individuals. So you've got these two creams right here, and this is their bronzer and Seychelles. These are beautiful. They are super pigmented, creamy, and they just look so beautiful and natural on the skin. Okay, so the more pinky one on the bottom is Pink Sky, and then we have Peach Paradise on the top, which I didn't swatch that well because of my bony freaking hands. I have such bony hands. I don't know why I always try to swatch right there. Ugh, see, it's my bony hands, they ruin it. Anyways, I don't know why I try to swatch on my hands, or on my hands, because they're so bony. Let's re-swatch those. Hang on. Let's swatch them right here. We'll do a little bit better. Okay, so that's the pink one and that's the peach one. They're honestly so beautiful. I also love the fact that I can dip my sponge right into them and apply to the cheeks. I just think that makes it really easy to use. So if this palette is still available, I would recommend this because I do like the bronzer in it as well. I will say that. I do really like that cream bronzer, but if I had to choose just between buying the bronzer as a single and the Rare Beauty, I would go with the Rare Beauty. I think it's just a little bit better of a formula, but it's still great. And I did actually buy that bronzer as a single at one point. I worked my way through it and used the whole thing. So that definitely speaks volumes when I have a whole collection of things that I can use. So if this palette is not available, I will link the individual blushes below. It's really great. Okay, now let's speak about powder blushes. There's only... I mean, I could recommend several, honestly, but I think I'm only going to recommend the Hourglass ones. So if you're not interested in picking up like a full holiday Hourglass palette, I would definitely recommend looking into their powder blushes if you just want like a single blush. So this is the shade At Night. Again, these give just like this beautiful iridescent sort of like sheen to the skin that's so angelic and beautiful. Works great on young or mature skin. And then this is the shade Diffused Heat. Those are the two singles that I have in their blushes. Again, these are amazing, absolutely gorgeous. I feel like every time I wear the shade at night, someone inevitably asks me what I'm wearing. And I will say that if you are super, super pale, this is not super pale skin tone friendly, but it does work if you're like medium to, I don't know if it would work on super deep skin, but I would say medium to tan for sure. This is gonna look great. I can't speak for anybody deeper than that because I have not tested it in that way. But it's a beautiful, beautiful shade, and I really, really think that these are something special when it comes to a powder product. Okay, let's talk lips. I don't have a lot to recommend because honestly, I kind of stick to the same things all the time. So I'm just gonna show you my like two staple combos. These are the things that I use the absolute most. So the first are lip liners. I have Pat McGrath in Contour, and then Charlotte Tilbury in our Iconic Nude. That is Iconic Nude. It has a little bit more of a pink tone, and that is Contour by Pat McGrath. It's a little bit more brownie nude, a little bit warmer. And so what I have on today is Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude, and I have that paired with Tom Ford Pink Dusk. Honestly, if I had these two lipsticks and these two lipsticks and these two liners, I would be happy. I would be set. Like, I really don't need anything else as far as lipstick and lip liner goes. I would want some glosses in there, just saying. But these are my just two absolute favorites. I've talked about these a million times. So yeah, I have Iconic Nude on today along with Pink Dusk, which is by Tom Ford. So this is Pink Dusk. Now, the other one that I have by Tom Ford is Sable Smoke. So this is Sable Smoke. It's much more of a like brownie nude. That is what those look like. You've got Pink Dusk and Sable Smoke. I mean, you can tell they've got big old dips in them. I use these like more than anything else in my collection, and I have a crap ton of lip products. I'm staring at them all. They're all over there. I have a lot of stuff to choose from, so the fact that I reach for these over and over and over and over again really says something, you guys. They're beautiful, like satin formula. I feel like they last really well for a lipstick. These are expensive, but there's something so beautiful and like luxurious and weighty about them. I love these. Now, if you want a gloss recommendation, I will say that I did just try the Pat McGrath formula, and it's a really beautiful gloss, but tried and true for me are the Buxom glosses. These do have a little bit of like a minty, spicy, sort of a tingle effect to them, so if you don't like that, these won't be for you, but my favorite shade is White Russian. This has been around for years and years and years and years, and it has been a favorite of mine for forever. It's just like a beautiful light pinky nude, and it's nice and opaque and thick. I feel like you can really build it on the lips, and it just gives such a beautiful look. Actually, let me just apply a little bit for you guys over top so you can see what that looks like. I just think it's so pretty. And there's days where I will wear just this alone with like Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude. I think that's a beautiful combo. But yeah, that is what she looks like over top of those lip products. I think it's really beautiful. It's been a favorite of mine for years. I've repurchased it over and over and over again. I really, really love them. Okay, so anybody that knows me and my makeup preferences as far as eyeshadow goes knows that I absolutely love Pat McGrath. Like, she is my girl. I love, love, love me some Pat McGrath. However, I will say that she does better sales throughout the year than Sephora. So if you are looking to get some of her palettes, I do think it is a better option to wait and get one through the Pat McGrath website. But if you do want to pick up a Pat McGrath palette, I'm going to talk about like, I think the two that are going to be like the most popular as far as people that aren't YouTubers, people that aren't beauty influencers. So most wearable, most everyday friendly. Let's talk about it. So first up is the palette that's on my eyes today, and that is the Divine Rose palette. So I have actually not had this that terribly long, but you guys, this is such a beautiful palette, and I was like really unsure of this. I didn't know if I was gonna love it, so I waited and waited to purchase this because like I said, I haven't had it for that terribly long, but it is so beautiful, so wearable. This is very everyday friendly. The colors in it are just absolutely gorgeous, and then the one topper shade in here, oh, I mean, like, come on, folks. It is so, so pretty. Absolutely love the way that that looks topped on any eyeshadow. It is just so beautiful. It's like crushed diamonds put into a pan. It's so pretty. Anyways, this is what is on my eyes today. I think that if you've been sleeping on this one, you should really give it a try, especially if you like neutral looks, because this is very, very wearable. Also, I did talk about on my TikTok how I like to use this one and this one as highlights. They are the baked formula, and when you mix them together, they just give this beautiful sheen to the skin. Not gonna pick it up very well, but I love mixing this shade and this shade and using it as a highlight. Let me just show you really quick what that looks like. Let me grab a brush. Hopefully my camera will pick it up. I feel like when I'm recording this way and not on the TikTok app and like up close in my face, it's kind of hard to see sometimes. I don't know why. The front camera just has a really hard time. But anyways, I've mixed those two together and it gives a beautiful, beautiful glow to the skin that's somehow smoothing. Like if you know anything about highlights, they can really be texture enhancing, but somehow this one smooths the skin. It makes no sense to me. Anyways, I don't really feel like my camera is doing it justice, but just trust me, using those as a highlight is so beautiful. Put a little on the nose. It's just very subtle and smoothing, gorgeous. I feel like it's, again, like mature makeup friendly. I feel like sometimes highlights can look a little bit juvenile. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but I just feel that way. I feel like sometimes it looks like, I don't know, it just looked like you slapped glitter on your face, and that's just not my vibe. I just feel like this palette will not disappoint if you're somebody who likes very neutral, everyday friendly looks. Okay, and next up for Pat McGrath, this received a lot of mixed reviews, but I think it's so pretty. I think it's actually so friendly for every day, especially when it comes to her shimmer shades. So this is her brand new palette, Moonlit Seduction. And you guys, you have these beautiful special shades over here. And all of these are in tones that I think you can pull off for an everyday look. And then you also have, these are the only 3 mattes in the palette. Excuse me, these 3 here. And I feel like you really can just get beautiful everyday looks with this. And then even this beautiful like duochrome shade here, I think you can wear this really lightly over the lid. Hang on, let me focus here. I think you can wear this really lightly over the lid just with like maybe a little bronzer in your crease, and that I think you can pull off as an everyday look. I really do. Let me just blend this out so you can see what that shade does. It is so incredibly special. Like, it's probably, if not my favorite, it's my second favorite shade ever from Pat McGrath. I just really, really, really enjoy using this. I think it's really truly special. I think it's just really, really underrated. I know a lot of people were disappointed with this, but I really like it. I really, really, truly do. I've not been disappointed with it at all. So I would say Natasha Denona is like my next favorite. Might be Viseart and Natasha Denona, but I'm gonna recommend a couple of Natasha Denona palettes too. I think that the Retro palette is great for this time of year. Going into fall, you've got those beautiful berry burgundy shades. This is just such a tried and true palette. Also, what I love about Natasha Denona's palettes is that you can remove them. You can poke them out through the back here and use them as singles and sort of create your own palettes, which I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to use my Viseart and Natasha Denona shades and create like my perfect fall palette. Let me know if that's something that you guys would wanna see. I've been really meaning to do that. I just have not had time. So anyways, I love that one. I think it's truly beautiful. And then the Glam palette. This is just such a classic staple palette. I also love her middies. These are the midi size palettes, so they are in like the $65 range. I know a lot of makeup has been increasing in price recently, so they might be like $68 or something like that now. I'm not totally sure, but they're in that range, and that's a lot better than like the $125, $128 range for her bigger palettes. Anyways, so I think that this is just such a classic, beautiful palette that you're gonna get so much use out of. If you're somebody who has like an office job or any sort of like a professional setting, I think this is your girl. Like, this is gonna get the job done. You can get very wearable everyday looks with it, but then it can also like totally glam it up, Glam palette, and it can be very nighttime friendly as well. Oh, I almost forgot. Hang on, I gotta clip my mic back on. Okay, so as far as eyeshadow goes too, I really want to recommend the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. So I love using this to top over other shadows. And then I also love it on my inner corner. There's something so beautiful and special about the way that this shines. It's a beautiful, super tiny, microfine glitter that's just so gorgeous. Some people do use this as a highlight on the face. I don't mind it that way, surprisingly, because it is so glittery. And like I just said, I don't typically like that, but there's something about it that I actually don't mind on the face as well. But I really love using it on the inner corner. That is what I have got on my inner corner today. I don't know if you can see it very well because like I said, my camera coloring and all of that, for some reason it just doesn't pick it up correctly. But anyways, this is such a beautiful product, and I really am happy to have this in my collection. Okay, last but certainly not least, let's talk about some hair care products. So I have them all right here with me. Okay, first up, we've got dry shampoo. This is the best. This is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo. Love this stuff. I feel like if you're a brunette, this works really well. It doesn't leave a white cast for me. I've never experienced that with this. It does a great job. Love the scent. So if you're looking for a nice dry shampoo, I think that this is a great one. Leave-in conditioner. So I actually received this in a BoxyCharm, and then I bought another one because I love it so much. This is the Day Cactus Flower Leave-In Conditioner. I believe that this is sold at Sephora. If not, I'll be cutting this out. But anyways, it smells so good. Oh, it's such a nice, fresh, sort of like fruity. Let me spray it so I can smell it. Oh, it's like a fruity, fresh smell, and it does such a good job at detangling, you guys. Oh, I love this as my leave-in conditioner. Let's see, what else does it even say about it? It's a leave-in conditioner, calms frizz, softens, hydrates, and protects hair from breakage. So I think this does a great job at detangling, and like truly, I love it for the smell. I won't lie, like the smell really sold me on it. It just smells really good. I like it a lot. Let's talk curly hair. So if you don't know, I have naturally wavy curly hair, and my go-to products have been the Bumble and Bumble mousse. This is their BB curl mousse. I love this mousse because it's super lightweight and it somehow gives me amazing hold without being crunchy. I have tried so many different mousses and nothing compares to this. I have very fine wavy curly hair that can get weighed down super easily, and I just find that this gives me like beautiful, touchable, bouncy, wavy curls, and it's just, I can't recommend it enough. It's the best mousse I have found by far. So for refreshing your hair the next day, what I used to do is just re-dampen my hair and sort of like maybe put a little more product in there and scrunch it through and kind of like redo it all over again a little bit. I've talked about that before, but this product is a game changer for that. So this is the BB Curl Reactivator, and literally all I do is I like get some of the tangles out from sleeping and make sure like my hair's not like, you know, super gross and tangled. And then I spray this in the hair and just scrunch it a little bit, and it literally revives your curls like nothing I've ever seen. It is so impressive. Like, I won't lie. So this was also gifted to me. Both of these were gifted to me, and I've repurchased them since. So yeah, that definitely tells you that I like them. And anyways, I have never experienced anything like this. It just really brings your curls back to life. I have never, ever, I didn't even know like a product like this existed. So I love this stuff. It's just so easy. I can get like 3, 4, 5 days out of my curly hair using this stuff and reactivating the curls. It's just so quick and easy. I love it so much. I have a video on my TikTok that's showing, and on my Instagram, showing how this just revitalizes and rejuvenates your curls the next day. It's truly amazing. If you have curly wavy hair, you need to try this. Like, if I could recommend one product to try for curly wavy hair types, it's this one. Kind of an interesting product. This was also gifted to me, full disclosure, but this is the Alterna Scalp Care. This is their peppermint leave-on treatment. So let me just explain what I love this for. And this might sound weird, but I know that some people are gonna know what I'm talking about. So you know when you go to bed and you wake up the next morning and your scalp is like sore, like you've been sleeping in a way that like tugs on the hair and makes your scalp really sore, and like you can't get that to go away without re-washing your hair. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Well, instead of having to wash your hair, I have applied this to those areas, and it somehow like makes like it's almost like it softens like your hair at the root and makes it so that like wherever you were like tugging on it all night has not, it just relieves that pain for some reason. Anyways, and it feels really great on the scalp. It's a nice like pepperminty serum. Let me just show you what it looks like. So this is the applicator. Oops. So you just rub this like all through your hair and squeeze it out. Anyways, so that is what it looks like. I've got glitter everywhere. It's just really nice and thin. I also find, I was worried like that this was gonna look oily on my scalp, and I do not have an issue with that. Once you, so I sort of like disperse it all over my scalp and rub it in. And once I do that, it really does not look oily, which is really surprising. I was like really expecting it to make my roots look kind of gross, but it doesn't. So it feels really, really nice on the scalp, and it's just like a really, really nice self-care moment. All right, guys, if you have made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I would really love it if you would subscribe before you leave. And that is going to be it for now, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.